everyone. Good evening. Harish, put the audio on mute. And yeah, stop the screen share. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Sarita. Dr. Arun has joined. And all of you, please, those who wish to keep their videos on, please put your videos on. Let us at least be there virtually around. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, many familiar faces. Dr. Aarti also, you joined, Dr. Aarti? Good, good. Dr. Narendrajit. So many familiar faces. Thank you. So we'll start at sharp 5. Let's wait for others to join. Yeah, many old colleagues also joining. Welcome, everyone. Ganesh, you can 3-4 minutes play the slideshow for the information of the upcoming events, but no need to put audio. So good evening everyone. So let me meanwhile try to get what type of participants we have today. Are you aware about teachers e-kit concept? Those who have attended our program surely will be knowing. But if there are some new, then accordingly I will frame my session. Although in this limited time, it will be a trailer only. And I'll tell you how it can be taken further. Fine. Okay, so there are few who are not aware about this concept. Fine. Okay, okay. So Dr. Garg sir has joined. Welcome, sir. It's an honor, sir, to have you here.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
It's nice to see sir here.
How are you all?
Yeah, very fine. Sir. Thank you.
Fine, sir. So seeing you after a long time.
Yeah, that's true. The pandemic has curtailed everyone.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to be here forever, I found this shady European website and you can stream episodes of Daria for free.
Sure, I'm down. Are we going to die alone?
You might go on to that, yeah.
Please, the participants may please keep their mics on mute.
Yeah, they can put their videos on, and
Yeah.
we will be having interactive sessions also later. So we will surely. Yeah. Dhanesh, just keep a track. I think Professor Bakshi is traveling. He might join for some time in between.
Okay, ma'am. I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, let me know and then make him co-host. Yes. Now you can stop the sharing of the screen. So good evening, everyone. Welcome everyone on behalf of GAD-TLC, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, a center of Ministry of Education under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching. And today we are all meeting virtually to have some introspection and discussion about the teacher's e-kit and how this concept can be taken further. We have already traveled a long way. Proof of concept is already there, and I have many those whom I will be not able to take all the names also, who have been contributing since I think last more than 3 years. Dr. Garg is there, Dr. Sarita Pasi, Dr. Aarti, Dr. Sharda, just a few names, and Dr. Arora. So I'm thankful to contributions of all, and we wish that it should be now taken to each and every subject. So in that spirit, we thought that we will be sharing more to those who are not aware about this, and to those who are aware, also they will be now knowing the positioning, how it can be accessed, how you can use in your own context in classroom, as well as your students can use, and then how you can also benefit if you want to contribute further. So let me just share my screen. For those who are not aware, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center is a center of Ministry of Education, as I told, under the very prestigious scheme Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching. And the center is located at my prestigious institution, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, University of Delhi. And we are seeking blessings from Guru Angad Dev Ji, the second of the 10 Sikh Gurus. We have state-of-art facilities in terms of training teachers. That's how this center has been evolved. This center was inaugurated on 1st July 2016 by the Honorable HRD Minister Smriti Zubin Irani at that time. And I welcome each one of you on behalf of our eminent advisory committee, Professor A.K. Bakshi, who is Vice Chancellor, PDM University and Chairman of our center, Professor K.V. Bhanumurthy is Vice Chairman. We have other eminent academicians, Professor Chadha, Professor Aditya Bhattacharya, Dr. R.P. Singh, and I especially welcome you on behalf of Professor Jaswinder Singh, who is the Principal, SCTB Khalsa College and Director, GAD-TLC. At this center, the initial proposal, and that's where we are working and now expanding. We had a focus on faculty empowerment workshop, which have taken proper shape in form of seminars, webinars, FDPs, workshops, faculty induction programs. So the training ranges from 1 day to 1 month. And yes, we are also planning, we have rather already initiated a certificate program with students in the trial basis. And very soon, there will be full-fledged certificate programs for the teacher, and those who wish to collaborate, they can give us idea also. Another very important thing is for enhancing the quality of education, not only the tools and the pedagogies and the subject-specific inputs, the research methodology, etc., that we have been focusing in faculty empowerment workshop, it is also important that now in the digital age, and what better in the last year, we all have realized that technology can be so much empowering us. But then with the help of technology, if we also have good quality open educational resources, and that's where the teachers e-kit come, and I'll be explaining more about that in my session. Also, we had development of e-learning objects, small, but now the teachers e-kit and ELOs have been integrated and they have taken a proper shape, which will be teachers e-kit 2.0. I'll be talking. So I welcome each one of you in this national webinar, which is Teachers e-kit, a 4-quadrant approach for development of open educational resources for higher education. Those who have not yet registered, please, for certification, registration, as well as the feedback form, which will be shared at the appropriate moment in today's webinar, you have to fill both the forms, and then there are some questions also where we'll be able to take this concept further, which will be there in the feedback form. So I welcome each one of you again on behalf of GAD-TLC and the entire team.
Dr. Vimal, are you about to begin? Because
yeah,
like
and one more announcement, Sarita, that we are having one upcoming workshop on Moodle, which is Learning Management System, where Dr. Arun Julka and me will be there, and this will be more hands-on, basic and advanced level. So those who have not registered, they are not aware. I'll also be briefly telling about what Moodle is and how it can be really empowering tool for the teachers in the classroom. So we have planned 2 levels, basic and advanced. Basic is on 11th and 12th September, and advanced is in 18th to 19th September. So, Sarita, before
I was just wanting to say something. I wanted to introduce Dr. Vimal, though she wouldn't really want me to do it. She always doesn't want to come in that limelight, but it's very important. Why? Before introducing her, I would also like to say why, because she's a source of inspiration for all of us, for me definitely, and for many of us. So she's been my batchmate, and when I can take inspiration from her, I'm sure all the younger colleagues should definitely take inspiration from her. So I would like to briefly introduce her. And I have really cut short her profile, to fit into this time, because the time was very little. But still, we should all learn and, see whatever we can do. The way she has blossomed, I think we can all, and she's very good at hand holding. So I have definitely held her hand tightly and moved up to this far. So we should all try and do that. So before she begins, let me introduce her. So Dr. Vimal Riar is an associate professor in chemistry at SGTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi. She's done her MSc and PhD from University of Delhi, like many of us, and postdoctorate from IIT Delhi. She's amongst the pioneers in implementing ICT in higher education in the country. Dr. Vimal Riar is a leading women edupreneur in the field of e-learning with a decade of experience in the corporate e-learning sector as well. She has to her credit many research papers, a patent, books, presentations, projects, and invited talks at local, national, and international forums. She's one of the leading e-learning experts of India who has made a mark at the national level in various activities such as development of e-content, teachers e-kit, MOOCs, empowerment of teachers in ICT skills, introduction of newer teaching methodologies, etc. Not only in chemistry, but guided the same for many other disciplines as well. She's also managing 3 centers working in the field of e-learning at the national level over and above her teaching responsibilities, which she has already mentioned over here. She is the only chemistry teacher of the country to be awarded the National Resource Center of Chemistry of MHRD, Government of India, for developing ARPIT courses 3 times in a row for all chemistry teachers of India. I'm sure many of us would have done those ARPIT courses also. As Joint Director and Project Head of Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, GAD-TLC of MHRD, Government of India, she has trained more than 45,000 teachers. And as Deputy Director of Center for E-Learning, SGTB Khalsa College, she has developed more than 50 MOOCs in 4 quadrant format for Swayam platform. The quality of the e-content developed by her in Arpit courses in chemistry has been rated amongst the best in the country by MHRD. She's contributing in policy making at national level in various committees like online courses regulations of UGC, e-governance committee at UGC, and e-content committee for National Educational Alliance in Technology of AICTE. She is also the member of newly formed committee to review and contribute the e-PG Pathshala project in next phase at UGC. Dr. Riar has been conferred with various awards like Edupreneur Award by Ministry of Education, Bahrain, Delhi Ratan Award, Edupreneur Innovation Award, to name a few. She has been recently selected to be awarded the prestigious Indian National Science Academy INSA Teachers Award 2020. So I think she's a source of inspiration, as you can see from her biodata, for many of us, rather for all of us. And we should try and imbibe all these things. And also, now that she's introducing us to this e-kit, we should try and contribute in this e-kit and the other workshops also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarita. I thought I will be taking it casually, but
so that's why I took the profile. Otherwise, because you wouldn't have let me do it.
Thank you so much. I think Professor Bakshi has joined. I can see his. Are you logged in, sir? You want to say a few words, or otherwise I'll start for your blessing, sir. Sir is actually traveling. So
no.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Please, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I am Professor Bakshi. Presently speaking from my car. I am on my way to airport in Chandigarh. So I'm very happy that today's webinar is being organized, and that also by none other than Dr. Vimal Riar, who is the leading e-learning expert of India and who has conceptualized this e-kit. So it is her creation. It is her ideas which have gone into the making of Teachers e-kit. And she will be speaking on its version 2.0, which is a slightly modified one. If you look at the details of Teachers e-kit, it includes all those things which can be a big help to the teachers who want to do great wonders in their teaching. Almost every aspect is there. Content is there, videos are there, PowerPoint presentation is there, and then know more, and so many other features. So I think you are all going to benefit a great deal from this. And I'm sure, Dr. Vimal, if I am not mistaken, you are also planning to conduct a special program on Teachers e-kit sometime in the near future.
One FTP, sir. Yeah, definitely.
When is it planned?
We'll decide the date and accordingly.
Because today it may not be possible in 1 hour to discuss all the salient features, but it will give you the taste of what it is going to be. So that itself is a big thing. And I am very sure that you will benefit a great deal. So thanks, Vimal, for taking this initiative. And I am very happy to know that the response to this webinar has been tremendous. I think more than 4,000, participants have enrolled. I don't know how many ultimately turn up, but in one day, there has been such a tremendous response. That shows also about the popularity of Dr. Vimal. So I don't want to take more time because all of them are waiting for you. They want to listen to you. They want to know what is this Teachers e-kit and how they can be a part of the development process of the Teachers e-kit. So all the best, Vimal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your blessings. And always it is the visionary leadership, you, Professor Ved Prakash, sir, Principal sir, many others, and we are just following your footsteps, sir. Thank you so much. So let me just share my screen, and Sarita, I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
Let me just keep some settings, and those who want to put something on chat, I'll try to look at that also. And those who are on YouTube, welcome to you as well. Please keep on putting your question, if any. Then my team is there. We will be able to take some of these questions as well. And in the feedback form also, there will be placeholder where you can write, and we will be properly analyzing. So let me just start. See, the teacher's e-kit we'll have to understand in a broad perspective. So what thinking has gone behind, and very briefly, I will like to touch upon, and as Professor Bakshi mentioned, we will be conducting a detailed FDP on this, where every aspect, every quadrant, and how it has to be developed, minus the subject, and subject filling up you can do, because teacher's e-kit is an integration of subject, pedagogy, and ICT tools in a 4-quadrant approach. And before that, we should also be knowing what is this 4-quadrant approach briefly. Although in my many sessions, we do discuss in detail the 4-quadrant. I think we are all now going into an era where MOOCs are around us. Whether formally they have been integrated or not, as we go further, definitely from learner-centric point of view, these are empowering. And to us as teachers also, if we have any doubt, we can look at the module, look at the videos, and access and go further. Also, we have this regulation now also going into 2021, where 40% credit earning is happening at many institutions through MOOCs. So MOOCs, why I am taking, it is a base where you have the 4-quadrant approach, and then we'll be relating it to the 4-quadrant teacher's e-kit. So MOOCs are student-specific program, but we will see teacher's e-kit is by the teacher and for other teachers. So that's the one difference actually I want to specify by taking the example of MOOC. Also, in MOOCs or in other open educational resources which are available, much effort have gone till now in preparing the conventional courses which are already teachers are teaching in face-to-face. Definitely they are of also use, because in open and distance learning and as well as for lifelong learning, they are required. But for the choices and electives, I think much work has to be still done. Also, fully online programs are there. We also have to keep in dimension that these courses are also to be evolved by all faculty members. So teachers e-kit, the insight, what thinking we have looked up into the 4 quadrants will also help you design better courses. So it's not directly the teacher's e-kit to say that here, but entire pedagogy, the thinking of designing this and how you can benefit in your own classroom teaching, that is also the idea. National Education Policy 2020 also talks about extensive use of technology in teaching learning, removing the language barriers. So I'm really looking for if there are some teachers teaching that subject who can do the translation of our existing teachers e-kit as well. So the technology use is also to be looked up, which also is one prime focus in the teachers e-kit. NEP 2020 also talks about the teachers to be now having effective online capacity where they can be very effective online educators. So to become that, I think it has to be looked up, just not using technology, but entire concept of the pedagogy of virtual learners, how you can make it more engaging. And what we are talking about is the learner-centric pedagogy. So the teacher's role is going to change. And again, I'm looking that in the light of all these changes, if you start working on just one module of teacher's e-kit, it will change your entire thinking on how that topic can be taught by using the help of newer pedagogies and with the ICT tools. Also, we have to keep in mind the graduate outcomes which are being focused for the outcome-based education. So it is not only about the disciplinary knowledge, but as per UGC, there are around 15 of these graduate attributes, as you can see on the screen. Communication skills, critical thinking, problem solving, analytical reasoning, research-related skills, cooperation or teamwork, scientific reasoning, reflective thinking, information or digital literacy, self-directed learning, multicultural competence, moral and ethical awareness or reasoning, leadership readiness qualities, and lifelong learning. In a way, all this we are trying to integrate in some or the other quadrant of teachers e-kit. And that's when again the challenge is you have to look from your subject, your topic, that how not everything, but in some topic, some part will be there, in other topics, some other part will be there, and then entire course outcome and the program outcome mapping, which is again now being very much intensively talked of in light of NEP 2020, can also be looked up. So what we are talking about is now we have to be preparing ourselves for blended learning, for outcome-based education. Whether it is the curriculum designing, not the syllabi, the entire curriculum, keeping the outcome-based parameters, the graduate attributes in mind, and when we implement in our classroom, whether it is face-to-face, how you can use the technology for the blended teaching learning. I think post-corona, the classroom will not remain same, and they should not remain same, because the technology is so much empowering, and that is what we have to be using and integrating. And Teachers e-kit will provide that support to those teachers who cannot, and we say that, okay, in this topic, how the ICT can be integrated, how I can be using the flipped classroom methodology to put it into place. Assessment also, if we talk about, formative assessments are going to be now more in number. Now in that effort, again, the technology comes in help. But only having technology is also of no use, because till now, again, working, this again I am saying, working at the ground level, where at Delhi University we had prepared more than 80,000 questions in 1 year, and now looking at AICT entire question bank for the national level testing, and also for the preparation of books, we are not in a status where we have been able to effectively use the technology to make the questions which will take the learning of students from rote learning to really as envisioned in the outcome-based education. So much has to be there in terms of subject-specific requirement. And then if you know, okay, how these technology can be used, and then once we know all these things, I think it will be making us better and better teacher as we keep progressing. And that is what is actually the spirit of the Teachers e-kit behind this conceptualization. And in blended learning, I will also say that every year one should be looking. So those who get the opportunity at your institution level in curriculum framing or designing, it is a humble request that keep in light from the society or the industry or from the market requirements also, so that some particular courses can be given where the students can be prepared for the latest requirements from their point of view. So what we are talking about is from teacher-centric to learner-centric, but then Teachers e-kit is preparing other teachers to handle this learner-centric requirement. And why it has to be done? For the holistic development of students and all those elements, how they can be integrated in chemistry, physics, maths, commerce, Hindi, geography. All of you can think, provided you know the other parameters where in Teachers e-kit we will be helping you. And we also have to now evolve interdisciplinary approach, and especially again going into multiple entry, exit, and the research-based projects also coming. I think interdisciplinary approach, we have to create some case studies which or projects which can be given to the student, and there is a placeholder in the teacher kit for giving a group project, and you can work around these and give the idea to other teachers. Also, to promote creative and critical thinking in 21st century skills, as I mentioned, application of knowledge and skills in real life problem solving scenarios is something, those who are not aware, let me again, this is even a step which has been taken in school education. Class 3, class 5, class 8, there will be national level multiple choice test which will be happening, where the real life problem solving scenarios will be given. And also this change is coming in class 10th and 12th. So now after some years, these students will be entering in higher education. Are we really able to prepare us for making into better and better citizens of the country? And environment education from 1 to 12th has been emphasized, and also in higher education, we know it is a compulsory paper, but unless or until it is integrated in each and every course, I think it will not be, it has to be emphasized again and again. So keeping these pointers in mind, actually our team has been working a long way, designing the EPG Pathshala for Quadrant, their insight, then taking it further. So all that, now how to go ahead, I'm putting this. So first of all, we have to become tech savvy, and through our various FDP and various workshop, I think many of you have already learned this various tools, whether it is graphic designing or video creation, or it is the Moodle handling, or it is some small tools like hot potatoes. And I think those who are with us from the last 1 year, rarely we have done a repeat of a workshop, and this teacher's e-kit, which will be having in September end or maybe October beginning, that is a repeat after 1 year, but with newer inputs in terms of NEP 2020 also coming after that. The ICT empowered pedagogies, the flipped learning approach we talk about, but then how flipped learning for a particular subject and a particular topic has to be integrated. The teacher's e-kit is giving the solution to other teachers, and you in your own respective subjects can come with the idea that yes, for this particular topic, this is the video which will be given, and you have to record your video. How the recording has to be done, we will be having hands-on session for that, as we had done earlier. So the flipped classroom video with professional PowerPoint as your storyboard, how that can be created, it will be told. So the overall picture is, when now we are moving from traditional model of face-to-face to the flipped classroom, keeping the Bloom's taxonomy in mind, where the learning hierarchy we have to increase from remember to understand, to apply, to analyze, to evaluate, and try to take it to creation level. And these upper 3 levels are missing to a great extent in our institutions teaching learning pattern. There are peaks of excellence, definitely. I'm not, but then it is not a overall practice. So with the teacher's e-kit, it will be that those peaks of excellence, and if you think that yes, this is the particular topic, I can try integrating and put it in the best way. So this is the opportunity where I will request all of you to work in team. We have to have the help of our senior experts. I'm happy Dr. Garg has joined today, and sir has guided us in many other activities as well. So similarly, many other senior colleagues, those who have joined, please guide the junior teams, because from subject specific point, you know where that particular topic can be made up into best effort. And with the help of technology and with the newer pedagogies, the teachers e-kit will be helping all other teachers to be putting that into at least some minimum standard in terms of teaching, learning, dissemination. Open educational resources, I think you all know, but briefly, I think it is any type of educational material which are available in public domain or have been introduced with an open license, and they can be legally and freely copied, used, adapted. So let me make it clear, teachers e-kit is a voluntary work and it will be put up as open and educational resources. Some examples of open educational resources, you have SWAYAM, NISCARES, EPG Pathshala, CECE content, NPTEL, and Teachers e-kit is available on MMTT portal. I'll be showing you where it can be accessed and how you can use. The digital and multimedia skills are also required for the teachers to put up this. So we will expect in the Teachers e-kit that yes, the teachers know, or at least the team who will be taking the responsibility, some of them should be knowing properly formatted, because now being on sustainable mode, I'm not having a team where the technical part can be taken inside. So the group of teachers have to be giving us a final form which can be directly uploaded. We will be going through the copy, plagiarism check. And if there are some placeholder missed up, that coordination my team will be doing. But then overall, it has to be done in the properly formatted output, which is ready to be uploaded. Also, the multimedia enriched presentation, the skills should be there so that you are creating quality PPT, which is one more part of this. And also spreadsheet for those subjects like where you have data analysis or sciences or maths, where you can use them in an innovative way. That also input is there, and we will be discussing with some examples how that can be done in some of these subjects. So e-content is combination of static content with multimedia enrichment, but in teachers e-kit concept, it is not the professional output that we had created, which is being rated as one of the best in our ARPIT programs, but with minimum laptop, no studio requirement, you can create these e-content which will be helpful for implementing the flipped classroom methodology for each and every teacher. Talking about 4-quadrant approach, I'll start with EPG Pathshala project. EPG Pathshala project we have successfully done for these 6 subjects, where 89 courses in every paper having 35 to 40 modules, each module having 4-quadrant approach was submitted. And how the 4-quadrant and this module, because this module is important in context of teachers e-kit and otherwise also broadly you should be knowing, because if you are contributing in similar other projects, then what is this module? Module is not the entire book. Module is not the entire chapter. But if you take a 4-credit paper, divide that into 35 to 40 small topics, each topic will be called as a module. So roughly you can say in a MOOC or entire e-content for complete paper, if you have to develop, the idea is to develop 20 hours video and 20 hours non-video content. So if you have 40 modules, it will be roughly half an hour video for every module. So one module has content which is covered in around 1 to 1.5 hours of our conventional face-to-face class, but it will not mean that it will be abruptly stopping there. It has to be logical, and sometimes you require that, okay, this can be spread into 2 or 3. That's why now we are saying the complete paper where 35 to 40 modules will be there, and they must be independent of other modules so that the pick and choose can be done. These are going to be remaining in the internet world even after we die. So for the futuristic purpose, the title should be appropriately given. And if there are 3 or 4 modules which are continuous, then it should be part 1, part 2, part 3, and so on. And I'm seeing that there are some school science teachers also. So yes, I am working on at least 9th to 12th. If some team can be there, the teachers e-kit can be implemented to that level as well. So what are the 4 quadrants in terms of e-content? Very briefly, I will tell, because in detail, every part goes into one full session where what all goes into this. So there is one quadrant which is video lectures. Other part is the corresponding written text. Others are the no more are actually encapsulating all those visions. Did you know some interesting fact points to know? What are the case studies which can be shared with the student? And then you have assessment. So these 4 parameters are there in the e-content for a 4 quadrant approach. But then reviewing and testing also becomes very important. In our teacher's e-kit also, there is a stage where the reviewer certificate has to be given and all the checking. So we expect the entire course or paper to be taken by a group of teachers, and then they do the peer review and as well as expert review, who has to be senior than the author. In MOOCs also there is 4 quadrant, but there is a slight difference. There is a discussion forum coming. So you mix the e-content, which is text and no more, all written part together. That is one of the quadrant. Video is same, questions are same, but then because it is put up on learning management system and you can have discussion forum, so that becomes a MOOC, and there is a start date, there is an end date, and then you put up this. So there is slight variation in terms of 4 quadrant of MOOC that we should be knowing. So MOOC is a structured delivery of e-content through a learning management system where there is a teacher and rest all are enrolled as learners. This can be put up in week-wise format or it can be put up into topic-wise format, but not only the e-content in 4 quadrant, you should have rather now when you plan to go into a full online course, which is online program leading to a degree, then activities, quizzes, assignment, discussion forums, they have to be really very efficient and they have to be changed for every new batch of students. So e-content once prepared still remains on the net and anyone can access, but MOOCs has to be teacher driven. It is not a autoplay thing that I want to emphasize, and many academicians are thinking that MOOC is just we put the MOOC and there is no need of teacher. That is not the case. Teacher and how the smaller groups are there, the interaction between them, that will be deciding about the quality of these online courses, and that is also has to be kept in mind. So it is run by a course coordinator who is a teacher in that very particular subject, or then coupled with group of teachers if it becomes very massive. One example for the structure of MOOC, like we have various weeks and then we had put up modules. In ARPIT, you'll be putting your course profile and the certification goes through NTA. But in teacher's e-kit, there is no such this e-content. It is not a MOOC. So that is why I want to emphasize. And in MOOCs, you also have to keep on preparing 2 sets every year, depending upon what changes you are bringing in your course. And one more very important issue which you have to keep in mind while developing any of these, whether it is a 4 quadrant e-content or the 4 quadrant MOOC or the teacher's e-kit, is that the copyright and fair use guidelines. So there will be a detailed session which I usually take, and we will be focusing that part also in this FDP. And plagiarism checking tools, how they can be used, so that can be done at your level as well as then once it will be checked at our. Another very important requirement for that entire group of teachers taking this responsibility or trying to now use it in your own context, because now NEP 2020 talks about extensive use of technology, and if it has to be properly done, learning management system should be learned by all of us and not one. But I think it is just like learning driving. You'll try learning 2 or 3 of them, you will come to know what are the features. It will also help you design or maybe customize the learning management system for your institution, and also take it into a very efficient manner in the class. I have seen many institutions putting a heavy amount of money into putting LMS, but the teachers are just using it for maybe some videos or some PPT. They're not using it in their full potential. So that's where the use of LMS comes, and this Moodle or OpenEdX or Canvas or Blackboard or Swam, they're all Moodle, and you should try to learn at least some of them. And personally, I feel Moodle is such a good that you can have plug and play, and in your institution, you can have new features keep on adding. And it is now important that whether you are working as individual teacher for your immediate students in your institution, or for group of teachers who want to contribute as open educational resources like Teacher Kit, or even the royalty-based content publishing is now taking shape, where you can create your content and put it on royalty basis. So around that, this 11, so those who are aware, they need not, but the Teachers Kit, we will have a specific requirement that because the entire uploading has to be done by group. So in the group, at least one or two should be knowing how this Moodle is handled. Sorry. So this is available for those who want to immediately join. And here there is another thing which is very important, different type of question. In the basic, we are just touching on MCQ and true false, but in the advanced, we will be touching on different type of questions, drag and drop, or the video based questions or the audio based question, and how the reporting and analysis becomes very important, and also about how the course creation and management as admin can be done. That part also will be taken in the advance. So those who have missed out, please, we had conducted these workshops earlier, but if you have joined maybe late in our team, then you can benefit. Now coming to this Teachers E-Kit, these are the 4 quadrants. One quadrant we are calling as Teacher's Manual, and Teacher's Manual will be actually a placeholder. Let me actually show you. So like this is the template, and these templates will be given to you, and you have to just fill up from your point of view, your subject and topic. So this is the Teachers E-Kit 2.0 version. These about and everything is written. Your credits and all will be acknowledged, whoever is the first author or second author or the reviewer, and your email ID and phone, everything will be. So please take full responsibility of the content, and then the entire structuring, how it can be used for effective blended teaching learning, where this part you are telling to other teacher that how this has to be integrated, what interdisciplinary approach can be taken in this, what are the learning outcomes, how to get started, what are the topics, what are the prerequisites the students can be checked by asking which questions, or how the concept map can be given for that very particular topic, how it is interrelated to other topics, as well as what the students are expected to do outside the class, which they can do on their own, which has to be done in self-study mode. So which particular video they can watch. If there are other videos also available in internet, those resources can also be done. And then in classroom, what all discussion around that particular topic has to be done, how the curiosity and inquisitiveness can be nurtured amongst the students. So what questions can be asked, how the interactive fun breaks with the help of technology can be given, what solved examples can be given. So it will vary. It's a very broad thing, but then as per the subject and topic, there will be some things which may not be applicable and something you can add. So we have kept other place also. Also, then in the After the class also you have done discussion, then what the subjective questions, the revision can be done, what practice can be given to the student, what group activity can be given, and what rubrics around that also is there. So I'm just showing you the teacher's manual, and similarly there are other 3 components where we will be having detailed discussion, and you can take it further. Fine. Now coming back here, so the second quadrant is a teacher's presentation or video for flip. So this is a PPT which other teacher can use it as a reference, and the video for flip classroom which the other teacher can give to their student, and then take this manual and take it as implementation tool in their classroom teaching. Also there are assignments. So assignments also, it is a broad different type of questions integrated with Bloom's taxonomy, but then it will be open to other teachers how they can pick and choose. They will also get idea how more and more questions can be put up. And teachers know more, which is again taking the idea of, okay, what are the case studies, how I can integrate some case studies with values, ethics, or some lessons from the history, some timelines. So all that becomes possible in the teachers know more. One question may be in your mind that where are these teachers e-kit uploaded and how they can be accessed. So let me just show you here. These are all available because initially it took time, we had, it's always, and now also we are having almost last 1 year when we started this teachers e-kit 2.0 version. They are in the completion stage, and there's a lot which goes into, because the type of teachers e-kit, the final version we are uploading, they are in the picture format. No one can copy and paste. So that will be uploaded on NMTT portal through a link of Drive from our TLC. So how you can access, you go to nmtt.gov.in, and then under this on the right you will have teaching resources. There is a placeholder teaching learning center. So you click on that. When you click on that, on almost on the, I think, second or third page, when you navigate, you will find our college name, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College. Under that we have GAD-TLC, and total content. This is being uploaded. This is 1 year back data. It takes time in completion and then putting it into place. So you click on that number, and then you will be able to see all those teachers e-kit with the subject and what all the topic name we have briefly put up. And when you click on this URL, you will be able to look at these. And let me also tell you, those who want to use this for API, then this is an e-content in a 4-quadrant through a national level effort. The teachers e-kit has been accepted by ministry to be a 4-quadrant, and since 3 years we have been doing this. And let me show you some of the ready, how it can be there. So when you click on that link, you reach to our actually backend drive. So you can see here, this is one of that, and not only theory, we are also having it in practical and chemistry practicals, thanks to Sarita, Sharda, and many others, Dr. Arora, who have contributed and formed the various teams and taken into very complete shape. And the missing will be taking it further. But in other subjects, those who want to take the responsibility, keep your groups ready, and then try to understand how the experiment, you see in experiment, we have also taken up into lab safety norms and the environmental friendly practices. So theory, all these structures given, and also in procedure, observation and precaution, it is in a different mode, that what all has to be observed. And also in terms of if there is any alternative way, the greener way, that also is being mentioned. And because many labs may be using different, so you have to develop it from a national perspective, not that in your lab you are doing this, but look at what all possible.
इसको कर देंगे इधर
Hanesh, if you can, I think Bakshi sir is unmute by chance. Yeah, you can unmute. So environment friendly approach is also there. What all in that very particular experiment can be reused, what can be recycled, and how proper disposal will, can be done. I think this is again the very first case where this has been put up in a structured way, where experiments have been really at the implementation level. One big effort we had done in the ARPIT program, where we had put up lab safety and other things also. And also this is available on my class portal. You go into myclass.academy and you will find our all the lab related and other theory related teachers e-kit are there. So this also is available free for all the teachers and students. Anyone can access these. Even the related videos are available. Look at this. This is a lab safety video. And so around that, you can use it in your own classroom context, as well as the teacher e-kit. So there, the NMTT portal giving you link is the link which you have to submit for your API and all. But for interactivity using in your classroom for your student, we have converted this into online activity. Like the students can click on this and they can see. So Viva questions and all. Similarly, in the theory, we are taking it as a now vision which can be taken into each and every subject, and the students can benefit, teachers can benefit. So all these, and you'll get the idea also. So immediately one can submit and see the performance. So self-learning can happen and immediately one can see. Please don't check my chemistry right now. I just put up 9. Okay, let me come back here. So this is where you can benefit directly for getting contribution, but the overall benefit is much, much, much more for our country. I think once you do one effort for a teacher's e-kit and you work in group, there will be so much learning that we take from our seniors, we take from our peer group, and when we use this integration of ICT and the ideas around this, it will be really making us a better and better teacher. So that is actually the main agenda while designing the teacher's e-kit. So these become secondary, but I'm also happy to share that this teacher's e-kit, part of this, at least this experiment and the theory part, the manual part, has been accepted as a template for making the all technical book for the engineering and polytechnic courses. On 2nd October, this launch will be there. They are being right now converted into 5 regional languages. So जो नए engineering courses start हो रहे हैं. So and next year there will be revision on curriculum, and again this exercise will go on, and second year is also starting. So I am happy that I was able to integrate the graduate attributes as envisaged in the NBA as per the engineering programs. So it was only focusing on these PO 1, 2, 3, but then looking at how environment can be taught by a chemistry teacher or communication or project management, and we have gone into details of rubrics and all. So I'm happy to share this, and along with me, I'm thankful to Professor R.P. Daya, as the former Professor IIT Delhi and Vice Chancellors at many universities. We have collectively worked for this, and in this template is also an effort to bridge the gap between theory and experiment. That is what I'll also see for the conventional courses and those all autonomous institutions who have more freedom in their hand to integrate. So try to, but as a teacher, I think we have to dissolve the boundaries between the theory and practical, the theory and the field work, and that also can happen through the help of technology. So this is what I am planning now, and this is once in a year program. Last August or September, we had done one teachers e-kit FDP, and after that many teams have worked, and I want to congratulate all of them who have completed that massive effort. So their all teachers e-kit will be very soon uploaded and available, and in this not only teachers e-kit, we will be also focusing on, this is going to be a unique once in a year kind of FDP, where NEP 2020 technology, how the blended learning, flipped classroom detail. So you see what all is required in teacher C-Kit will be done the handhold minus the LMS. For LMS, we are having these two workshops because we cannot fit that all into this. And also HOTS and competency based assessment questions, which are now also the input. So if there are some school teachers, is something which is going to be beneficial for all of you, how the revised Bloom's taxonomy can be integrated, pedagogy of assessments, and also the tools for development of teacher C-Kit, simple graphics, the PowerPoint, some hands-on. So all that ingredient which is required for teachers E-Kit will be told in this, including the templates, including the ICT tool. But subject is something you are expert. So you form the group, but please make a group of seniors and juniors, because a team can really make that change. So that is what I wanted to say. And I hope all of you have registered for today's, if not for certificate, you can do that. And also those who wish to have any collaborative program, because now our own program, we are having just, I think, exclusive one once in a month or 2 month kind, and rest we are doing collaborative. So this, if you have any more ideas, you can approach us for collaborative events. And I'm happy to announce, Sarita, there was slightly old number. Just I was counting till August last, from April 2020, we have touched more than 56,000 teachers. And in the 4 year, we had 9,217 teachers. So technology has really helped us reach to more of our colleagues. And this change has to happen in multiplying effect, because otherwise it is not, unless or until each and every classroom is changed, we will have only peaks of excellence. And so the system has to change. And I am very sure all of you will be supporting this idea and trying to improve your teaching, as well as help the younger colleagues and others who are waiting for all this change. And the teacher C-Kit will be providing a ready-made tool to have some minimum standard, and they can get even better and better. So today's feedback link is this, and please join our Telegram link, those who are not there, so that you keep on getting updates of our various programs, and you can contact us as well. So thank you so much, and over to you, Dr. Sarita. I think you will also like to add some experience. You have been working now closely in this concept with me.
I would just like to mention that I have developed a lot of e-kits, and it has been a very enriching experience for me myself, though the concept with which we did was to make it an open educational resource, so that we could help other teachers from our experience. But I felt that it was rather an enriching experience for me too, because while putting it in the kit, we have to consolidate all that we have learned throughout our career. Plus, we also read so much more when you're putting something on paper. So therefore, that consolidation came, and that thoroughness came. So I felt, and then also after that, I started using that approach in my own class, like the flipped classroom approach I started using in my own class. Now, when I'm doing anything with my class students, then first I leave them with some questions, and then they come up with so many answers. And I've designed the kit also in such a way that the template that you have designed has actually is very good, because that leaves us with so many questions. So designing itself was a very nice experience in itself, because then you get to when you know that you have to ask students so many questions, so you yourself think of those questions. So that was a very enriching experience. Plus, then what I while making the kit, when we have to enlist the MSDS for all the chemicals, so then you also become aware of what all you should be handling with more care, and where you have to be more careful in handling those things. So I think that really helped us to be more aware of how we are supposed to use. Then the reuse concept, the 3 R's that we use. So that also opens our eyes as to how we are supposed to be using our chemicals. Though whatever I put there, we were actually doing in our labs. But then after putting that, then you become more conscious and you actually think of more ways in how to implement that and put it in your and use it with your students. So I think that really helped the teachers themselves. Then the other thing is coming to the assessment part. No assessment part, because we have to design questions of different difficulty levels. So that really lets you, I mean, it took me definitely some time to frame those questions myself. So thinking of, I definitely use the Bloom's taxonomy while making the questions. So that then takes us a level higher in our own approach. So when you have to ask the students viva, when you have to ask the students assessment, like nowadays we were doing online teaching, so then we were making Google forms for them. So I was using the same approach over there, using different kind of questions with different kind of difficulty levels. So I think making the e-kit, definitely the purpose behind was to enrich other teachers, but the first and foremost enrichment was of myself. So I really feel that while making the kit, we will all benefit from and I'm still doing it. I mean, I've made many and I'm still doing it. So, you know, whenever I have the time, I mean, I take out time for this, it actually relaxes you also, because, you know, you feel that you're doing something for others. So it makes you really happy on that account, because that joy of learning and giving also creeps in. So I really feel that we should all do it with that thinking in our mind. And also, you know, when I started making those, what Dr. Vimal told me was that whatever you have learned over the years, you should transmit over here. So that was the approach with which I started making and is continuing today too. So I think that is what we should all use in our thinking, in our approach while making those kits. And I think that's it. So I think I would, and also, you know, the workshops that we did, I mean, I also learned through that. So I think I would encourage others also to do the other 2 workshops that you're doing, because that really helps you to make the kits in a much easier manner. So it is more comprehensive if you learn those techniques also. So I would really welcome you all towards this on making, and another thing is that you should choose a topic which is which you're happy doing, which you're very comfortable with to begin with. So I think with that, I think I would like to welcome you all in making of these e-kits and to the next few FTPs.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Dhanesh, you can unmute, give the permission to unmute if there are any question. And before that, rather, today we have the privilege of Dr. S.K. Garg being with us. Sir, if you like to say a few words. If you're still around.
He was here. I think his camera was on a little bit earlier, a little bit ago.
Because sir has always been guiding us.
Yeah.
Sir also has helped in reviewing many of the teachers' e-kit. So we always keep on looking for. Sir is there.
So
yeah.
he's on camera now, sir.
So you'll have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very nice presentation, Vimal, as usual. And I think with the implementation of NEP, this has become utmost important that every teacher takes to blended teaching. And for that, having this e-toolkit is very necessary, because you have to keep your material ready, in ready form, to share it with the students. And conducting this kind of workshops for the teachers is very essential. You are doing a very good job. Another thing I would like to say is, and you have very rightly said, that MOOCs cannot be done by the students independently. There has to be a teacher who will guide them, who will coordinate with them as to what is being done through the MOOCs. And for that, it is necessary, in my opinion, that every teacher who is teaching a course should have done that course through MOOC also. Whatever MOOCs the students are expected to use, the teacher must have done that course, because then only he'll be familiar, he or she will be familiar with what all strengths are there in it, what all weaknesses are there in it. And if a student comes up with some questions or some queries, the teacher will be able to answer them better. So my suggestion will be that every teacher, whatever subject, whatever course one is teaching, he or she should do all the MOOCs available pertaining to that particular course, because then only the students' queries can be addressed. So that's a great job that this center is doing. My compliments please convey to Dr. Jaswinder Singh also, and of course to Professor A.K. Bakshi, with whom I keep interacting frequently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You're also part of the team. I remember in the APP Pathshala, we had a long. Thank you always, sir, for your.
Thank you.
Any questions? Dr. Arun, you are also there, I think.
Yeah, there's a one question from the participant, like either GAD-TLC is providing any Moodle for the.
See, in my class, they are providing one free e-class in these 2 workshops. For 1 year. I think this is written in poster also.
Right.
I think there were some of you writing that please allow unmute. If you have any question, please ask. So let me say thanks to all those who have joined. If you wish to, please leave. There is no compulsion to continue, because we had kept it as a very brief one.
Good evening, ma'am. Am I audible?
I will be here to answer some of the queries. Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, I'm Dr. Ma'am, I'm audible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm Dr. Snehal Gagre from Department of Biotechnology, Modern College, Savitribai Phule University, Pune. Ma'am, I just wanted to ask that I'm an ad hoc faculty in my department. So can our temporary faculty allowed to do so?
Yeah, here we are giving it has to be a teamwork. So there is a composition where ad hoc faculty as well as those who are not permanent, they can also be there, but it has to be a teamwork. They cannot be exclusively taking the entire paper. So along with some permanent teachers and senior teacher, you can form a team and then go further.
Okay, there's one more confusion by some people. They are asking about this marks, like how much credit they will get for each e-credit.
One module is for 5 API.
5 API, right?
Yeah. But then if it is being shared, I think those 70%, 30%, all those which are written.
So 70% if if 2 authors are sharing. Whereas if more than 2 are sharing, then it goes to 70, 30, 30.
Yeah, thank you for this.
Hello.
But there's another question that for entire course 12 marks, while one may create 10 modules within a course, scoring 5 marks for each. So I don't think
this will be taken as module wise. So every module will be
module. It's not for the entire paper.
No.
Is it valid, madam?
Yes, sir. It's going on.
For entire course, you are saying that the 12 marks, and for each module, you are saying 5 marks.
No, not for the entire course. Entire course goes into a different spirit where you have the editor type of thing. But when you are authoring this, then it will be for every module 5 per module. So if you are having 35 to 40 modules, you can do multiply with that.
And madam, if you are integrating all the 4 quadrants in a website, is it valid to get the marks?
Yeah, it has to be. That is what my team will be. It has to qualify our quality parameters. See, the reviewer will be checking the subject point of view, but the template requirement, it will be checked by my team along with the plagium. Then and only then the completion certificate will be given.
Hello?
No, what I'm asking is that if we are able to integrate all the 4 quadrants within a website,
Yeah.
so is it possible to score the marks? Or is it necessary that it should be a Moodle only?
No, see, the teacher's e-kit will be uploaded in the final one in our Google Drive. That link will be available on NMTT portal, but that will be in a downloadable form, which no one can change because we will be converting every page into an image. Fine, no one can copy paste, but the questions will not be interactive. So we are also putting it and expected to put up in a learning management system, which is free for everyone to use. And that we are doing it in my class, where all the questions become interactive, where the students can attempt and the teachers can attempt and so on. So it will be available on both the formats. But it cannot be put up on your institution format. You can download and use because it is an open educational resource. Fine.
Right. For example, if I'm creating a website for my subject, and if I'm putting all the 4 quadrants within that website,
you have to give credit to us because this goes from our center and then goes. So first it will be uploaded through my team to the NMTT portal, and then it can be taken further with all the credits always mentioned along with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing.
Can I add something here? Like, sir, it's just like an article. You're writing an article for some kind of journal, right? Write this article for a journal, and then you can use this article anywhere as for teaching purpose.
By giving credits, but you have to give credits.
Only credits, yeah, that's true.
So see, there are some colleagues here who are thinking that whether I will be able to independently make the teacher seek it or not, then also it doesn't matter, because see, this is a concept where it is preparing you for how properly one topic, one subject can be taught by integrating the ICT empowered pedagogies, blended learning, and the ICT tools. So it is going to be empowering.
Hello?
Dr. Savita from Nalanda College, Physics Department. My question is, like, I am in the e-content development committee of my college. So we are encouraging teachers to make e-content and, based on the 4 quadrant basis. So my question is whether making this e-content at the college level and putting that content on the college website gives you credits, because this is a question asked by many teachers of our college.
I don't think it can be done till now. There is no clarification from University of Delhi, which is our parent institution, or from otherwise, because that is not the mandate. There have been national resource centers, like in ARPIT, there are different subjects. Like for chemistry, we are having that mandate. GAD-TLC is having mandate of OER, and all this teacher e-kit has been accepted. For MOOCs, it is the national coordinators like NPTEL or UGC-CEC or the EPG Pathshala UGC. So there are different national coordinators. Only they are authorized to give you. Like we had EPG Pathshala project. So those who had contributed in EPG Pathshala, that was a Government of India project. So they were full contribution given to that. But I cannot comment on if you do a in-house production in your college, whether it will be applicable or not. You should be asking your principal to talk to the Vice Chancellor. Maybe in statutory provision, if something can be done, then it can be. But I cannot comment on that.
Otherwise, if we want to do it, then can we do it through your channel?
See, teacher e-kit I am opening for all subjects and but entire course has to be taken. Now in the earlier we were having funding for doing this activity, so it was being done on individual teachers e-kit. I had a big team who was coordinating. So now I say that you make a group of teachers and take entire paper's responsibility. Give me ready to be uploaded, and also 1 or 2 should be able to help in uploading, because there are various efforts which goes into, and
Understand, because I was also the part of EPG part.
Yeah, definitely. Teacher kit is definitely, then it can be taken.
Okay, then I will contact you, ma'am, because we have almost completed one entire paper of some laboratory paper.
No, see, our mode is different. We cannot take any paper from anywhere. You have to look at copyright. This has to be done in our template form, where this entire concept, there are placeholders. It is not only the subject, it is not a routine subject. It is subject plus something more. And what something more is coming, we will be helping you. We'll be giving you examples, the Bloom's taxonomy, the flipped classroom methodology, all have to be integrated. So this becomes a futuristic implementation level kit, which you will be able to guide. Future generations will say, oh yeah, Dr. Savita had made this teacher kit module and found it so interesting. So this has to be done in that spirit.
Also, the syllabus has to be followed. It has to be CBCS syllabus.
We have to take, UGC model curriculum, not specific to XYZ university.
Yes,
so if they have developed, they can use that and integrate it with our methodology and upload it again.
Upload it anywhere. We have just developed it with all the 4 quadrants. And we have also tried to incorporate that more factor also. It's not only the simple experiment, but the extra things also we have incorporated. So we'll definitely contact you, ma'am. We are interested in this.
I can just add a little bit. Can I?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
This is in context with what Savita was saying, whether they develop some chapter or some material and put it on their website and then asking for credit. So I just would like to clarify that this is not possible, because as a teacher in a college or as a group of teachers in any institution, you can develop any material unless and until there is some standardization, some check, plagiarism check, quality check. This cannot be treated equivalent to a publication kind of, or equivalent to a MOOC. That's your internal matter. For the benefit of your students, you can put anything on your website. But to get a credit, you have to put it in the standard format, just as Dr. Vimal has told you.
Be the part of EPG.
So be a part of this group.
And I recall EPG Pathshala, we had such stringent processes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I know, ma'am.
Yeah. So that has to be adopted, and that's why I think, and we had given each and every copyright and all the undertakings to UGC, and they had also done a neutral review from their side. Then only our content was uploaded. Even for now, this NMTT portal, we had to show to many of the experts, and then it was finally accepted that yes, it will be taken. So we will be ensuring that rigorous process at our end, and same we expect from you also, please, because, and that's why I'll put your phone numbers and email IDs. Let us take responsibility in what we are creating, and let us be very critical to what we are creating. But above and all, teacher kit nahi bhi banegi. This entire activity of understanding teacher kit and the things around that, it is going to be empowering you. So any other opportunities you get, you can then use these tips there. Any other question?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pankaj sir.
Pankaj Chaudhary here from Panipat. Ma'am, it was a very insightful session. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Please go ahead.
Last time I had sent e-kit a sample chapter for income tax. And you have accepted it and sent me a certificate also. But what would be the further procedure? I have not got any mail or anything else.
नहीं, उस समय हमने I think individual one module किया था. We were in that now, yeah, we were in funded mode, and now it is sustainable. So what I do is I do one FDP where the teachers understand, and then it is taken further with the help of that. And you form a group and take the entire paper responsibility. Will guide you which particular paper, because if there are many teams picking the same paper, we'll like you pick the different paper. So paper wise handling from us becomes easy. अंदर के 35-40 मॉड्यूल्स अगर हम करने लग जाएंगे तो वो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So please let us all join hands and you can form your team. But earlier I had decided in the FDP only the condition. So I thought this time I will conduct a prelim webinar where we can look at that, and all those who are forming the group, they should join the FDP, and then so that everyone is on the same page. What is this template and why? Because if the reviewer does not know, they'll say, why you have added this? So there is a spirit behind each and every placeholder that will be told in detail in the FDP. Am I clear, Dr. Pankaj?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But if you have already done, I think you can really guide others. So form a team and come.
Yes,
but there will be some minute changes that I have improved upon, because last year also I could get responsibilities and opportunities to contribute at national level. So some more ideas have kept up and improved on.
Yes.
So there is another query in the chat box that how some people who want to contribute, how can they approach us? So I think for that they have to attend. They should join the Telegram link for the next.
In today's feedback, we have the question like, if you want to develop, you want to join the FDP and all. So you will be getting mails for getting registration, and most likely I will be doing if everything goes fine, from 22nd September to 28th September, and it will be in flexible mode. If you're not able to do it on those days, we will be extending it by some more days, and for within 1 month, we will keep it open in staggered dates. Fine. So you can watch the recorded videos, but fulfilling of activities and everything, there will be assignments which will be given in that. So it will fulfill the purpose of FDP, give you overall vision around the topics which I have shared in this FDP, right from NEP, only the focus around the teachers, e-kit where the technology and how other aspects come into quality improvement and requirement, and also the various tools, how some examples also we will show you, and even competency based questions, case studies. There will be so many things that you can go, and I'll rather request you if you can take it further in group wise, even the activities and the discussion, whether you prepare or not prepare the teacher kit, but the substance which we'll be telling in this FDP around how the quality of our education system can be improved. For every subject now models have to become. You can see in chemistry we have now given ARPIT itself is a unique model where we have integrated different type of modules. So when you now try to implement in your course specifics or design a new course, you will be getting sufficient ideas in implementation as well. So it is much more beyond beyond that.
And I think from the Telegram link, they will also get to know. They should join the Telegram link also.
Yeah,
for the
please join
future
I think those some of you, those who are new, please join the Telegram link, and we keep on posting all our events there. Thank you. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to say something. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Anubha. Hi.
Hello, ma'am. Nice to see you, ma'am. And congratulations, ma'am. Really great to see the way you are evolving. You are really, as Sarita ma'am has said, you are really an inspiration for all of us. And Sarita ma'am, congratulations to you as well. And I'm like really surprised that I didn't get to know about this thing. Otherwise, I would have really joined you. And as ma'am, you have said, EPG Pathshala was really a wonderful exercise. I was part of it, loved developing the content. And as both of you have said, it was really an enriching experience for me. I have learned a lot by going through the process, and would definitely love to contribute to this mission as well. So that's why I was asking, like, ma'am, what are the ways in which we can contribute? And one more thing, ma'am, my suggestion was like, it's up to you how you take it, ma'am. When we had this EPG Pathshala, we had a coordinator. And then we have gone through this, as you have said, it was very stringent kind of a way we had those things. So all the things were explained to us in a like number of workshops we conducted there. There was a coordinator, so we know whom to approach. Like here you have given the responsibility to one teacher, and now we don't have even a department. Like I used to go to the department there, I get in touch with the coordinator, and then in the workshop I got to know about all those things. So how we are going to take this forward, as you have said that now it will be the teacher's responsibility to form the group. So
it will be teacher's responsibility, but we will have various parameters. We'll see the composition of the group. If there is no senior person, then we will tell them to add the senior person, or someone can be added from our resource pool as well. And there will be neutral blind reviewers as well as you submit the module. So we have our stringent process. Don't worry about that, Anuba.
No, ma'am, I don't have any doubts. I can't have any doubt on you. But the request was, ma'am, can we have a provision of any coordinator?
So see, Anuba, this is like now we are opening to all. How can I select someone? That is also, so someone, first of all, you have to put an expression of interest as a group. And then we'll see if the expression of interest is like 2 or 3 groups going to same paper, then obviously we can pick 1 out of 3 and tell others to join. Because now abhi to ye pura samudra khali pada hai, jo banana hai. Drop has been created.
And you are there to guide us.
So
I think Anubha, Dr. Vimal, from among the team that we choose, we always ask one of them to be the coordinator who will be in touch with us.
Because in EPG Pathshala, Sarita, let me also add, there were PIs chosen by PIs and co-PIs chosen by UGC through a stringent condition. And then they selected further paper coordinators. Paper coordinators further selected authors. But that was a completely funded project. This is completely non-funded project. So it's a completely voluntary activity.
Voluntary, yes.
But API is the benefit, and you will be gaining as becoming a good teacher, and you will be very happy in preparing these teacher C-kit, and other teachers, when they use and they benefit, it will come to you as a credit. Okay, so
thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. मेरे को भी कोई points नहीं चाहिए अभी, but I am doing it.
No, ma'am, मेरी भी वो point वाली stage तो निकल गई like this.
So no, let's not also look from the points, because it is a responsibility for senior colleagues to take this further, because the type of rich experience our senior colleagues have about different topics. So that has to be integrated, but with the requirement of the integration of ICT too, and that's where the younger colleagues can get ideas. So, and the moment you start working, I think Dr. Aarti, are you still there, or I lost you out? This was yeah, you would like to add some experience, because from last FDP in I think human resource management, you have now ready with the entire teachers e-kit, and there are many other parallel teams, but I could just contact Dr. Aarti today. So you'd like to say a few words, Dr. Aarti? How was the journey of creating teachers e-kit?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead. Briefly introduce yourself also.
Yes, I am Dr. Aarti, Professor and Head, MBA Department of Avinash Lingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. With due respect to Professor A.K. Bakshi sir, Chairman of GAD-TLC, Professor Bhanumurthy sir, Jaswinder Singh sir, the Director of GAD-TLC, and our main speaker today, Dr. Vimal Madam, the Project Coordinator and mentors. Very happy to see Sarita Ma'am and Arun Zulka sir. After a long time, we are totally engaged in doing our e-kit now. Happy to see you all in this platform. It is a great privilege to share my journey with GAD-TLC. Though I have experience in creating e-content in EPG, Pathshala and MOOCs, I had a different experience with GAD-TLC when I joined for a course on Teachers e-kit. I really learned how a teacher in my 25th year of teaching and research experience, how we should be student-centric and create a complete e-lesson for a given topic. No words to express the way we have been trained to create the 4 quadrants of teacher manual, the presentation, assessment, teachers assignment, and teachers no more. Though it is a strenuous task of preparing each quadrant with high quality inputs, Arsiling was made very smooth with special sessions, WhatsApp interactions with the GAD-TLC team, reviews and feedback. And I felt so happy that I have several role models. I could see even today, Bakshi sir, even though he was on his travel, he could catch up for a few minutes. I always look forward for his inaugural talk, and always it would be very enriching, loaded with much knowledge, interestingly prepared. And the star player of teachers, EKIT, Dr. Vimal Madam, and the team of mentors and support staff really had created a professional ambience to handhold us to think futuristically, I should say. And it was made very interesting. The training was very stimulating, and I just recollect our assignment submission at just 1 minute before 12 p.m. So that was a great moment always. And I think I cannot reach you all better with my words. So please experience being a part of the program, the Teachers eKit, and you will enjoy the learning and understand how we need to equip ourselves if we want to brand ourselves as a future empowered teacher. And now I wish to share happily that I am the coordinator of the eKit for the subject Human Resource Management, and which is made possible through my teammates, Dr. Manisha Chaudhary, Mrs. Pooja Gupta, Mrs. Swati Chaturvedi, and Mr. Tushar Chaubari. And all of us are made as a team during one of the eKit preparation sessions. And we are all from different parts, as how we are now a part of this program. We are all from different universities. So this kind of blending had really given a rich experience. And now we are working to complete the entire syllabus of Human Resource Management for the UG stream. As Dr. Vimal ma'am rightly pointed out, that peer learning really happened, and we grow along with others, and the pool of expertise of different teachers to develop a module of high standard was made possible. So kudos. I take this opportunity to congratulate my teammates who are all totally like-minded, who did a remarkably good job. And shortly we are wrapping up the eKit preparation of all 5 modules. Few we have submitted for review. And this endeavor has been made possible because of Dr. Vimal ma'am, who always fuel us with her energy and motivate us a lot. And I encourage all the participants here to take this session, the forthcoming session on eKit, very serious, and get on to the track to create a repository of eKit. So we should have the pride of being a part of national agenda. So we all can just put yourself onto the track of preparing an eKit. Really, it would be a stimulating experience. So I believe there would be more number of members from this forum who would join shortly to create open educational resource. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I think 1 or 2 modules are pending. Do submit on time so that we can upload your.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we are at it. We will do it, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the contribution. It's like, okay. So if there are no more questions, I think we can. Arun, you like to add anything?
Ma'am, we already covered everything.
Okay.
And I think I just welcome everyone if they want to join this.
Yeah, 11th, 12th, and 18th, 19th is Arun's show on hands-on. He's expert in.
Arun is a man of action only.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. Can I say something?
Yeah, Dr. Asim, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So nice to remember me. Good evening, Dr. Sarita. Good evening, Dr. Arun.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Narendra. At least few of you I know personally now through my last course which I have attended. It had been very exciting moment for me, learning many things. Sometimes late in my learning also during the course. And I'm seeing one very senior person who all of you have been admiring and talking about. So I give my good wishes to Dr. Professor Garg also, though I have not met him personally on any online feature. Ma'am, what I have actually, I was also driving on way home, but I was trying to listen and catch up most of the things when you were delivering and giving us the insight about what is this all eKit. But after listening to Dr. Aarti just now, I could realize that I could listen to all the complete speech by her as a journey or experience. I could realize that the kind of thing GAD-TLC is doing through you and your good able team, particularly this e-kit creation, it is not only the academic job. I think it is, you are doing it somewhere, maybe you are aware or you are not, I don't know, but I noticed that you are doing a great job of national integration by making groups through the course preparation. Attending the course and they are making their own groups. As Dr. Aarti told that she could get into a team, but not specifically coming from her own geographical region. Subject only is the same, but not the geographical region or any other thing. But it is a very wonderful job, a very wonderful thought of national integration and getting to know that what I know and what I do not know in the subject, I interact with in a larger domain of my academia, at least within the country, besides doing the research. This is one. So I really acknowledge with happiness, and I would be really happy. I have given already my feedback that I will be certainly joining this whenever it is going to happen. Number one. Number two, I was listening. I could also listen when I reached home and I put on the computer to Professor Garg. When somebody had asked about the credibility of, and you, madam, you were replying to also to that, it has to go through some very critical, scrutiny and all regarding the credibility, because it will be on the national platform for everybody to use. So I feel that somewhere the government is also willing that the kind of study material available in the form of books, the hard books, the paper-based, and being published by any publisher. I'm not undermining or naming any publisher as bad or good, but I think slowly when the credibility will come in terms of quality and it is being monitored and approved, then only and that also launched on the e-platform, which is no more now India domain, it will be world domain. So therefore, I think this is also a very good thought that slowly, maybe after a few years, at least 4 or 5 years, once this becomes a trend, that now only e-Pathshala or e-content, OER in short, is available, then all these, I think the physically available books in the market or published, I think will carry very less, unless they are of really high quality and repute. And this is my observation. Only one request I have at the end, not a question. I don't know which way you, madam, you and your team has already designed this OER related FDP. I would request you if you could kindly enlighten the participants in the beginning of only one thing. In the beginning, that since NEP is there, MOOCs, SWAYAM portals, NPTEL, parallel to NPTEL is also there. So what is like going to be the roadmap of the government expecting from academic agency of high repute and practices like GAD-TLC, that how ultimately we as teachers see that the e-platforms are going to be used where one component is the OER, and then finally where we land with the students. So how this transition is taking place, you have been telling us time to time on different contexts, but the roadmap means ultimately where will we land, tentatively say 5 years, 6 years, and so on. So if you could kindly use one slide in your this OER somewhere, then it will be, I think, very enlightening. We have the total understanding that what I'm going to do today as a contributor in a subject for making e-kit, then where I further have to be ready on my toes to further contribute. That is the only point.
I think seem valid point, but I think there have to be different models from regional context also coming. So we should not be having the same model fitting entire country, but yes, some standardization in terms of reaching to a minimum quality level. And then once we put that idea, that is what we have tried to do from teachers e-kit, and then teachers should be able to pick from their contextualize in their own, because the type of students coming from different diverse backgrounds, that also needs input from the teaching learning methodology point of view. So all that has to be integrated. But I think what from the last 10 years we have witnessed working at the ground level, I will say, as a team, we are able to see that. And with the last year corona, I think the technology, how it has really made us comfortable. So the further path, I think, is going to be smoother as compared to the last 10 years. And I'm sure with the training programs and awareness, all of you, because if so first thing is awareness. Next, then you start adopting the practices, and then you start evolving the practices and then share it with the world. So that's what I think we all have to go through the journey. And thank you all.
Ma'am, only one thing, please allow me.
Yeah.
Power has certainly gone before this UPS starts troubling me. I just want to say that 11, 12, I have already registered myself, even though it has nothing to do with the present webinar. But if you can kindly allow me, 12th is the NTA exam of NEET, and I have been given the job of observer.
See, we keep all our programs flexible.
I know that.
Yeah, so we will be giving you sufficient time for completing the activities.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other question, or we, I think, close for the day? So thank you each and everyone. Thanks to Professor Bakshi, SK Girl Sir, Dr. Sarita Bakshi, Dr. Arun, Dr. Arti, and all dear colleagues who have joined at such a short notice. I thought that we will be just sharing more. And I was seriously thinking, I think, Sarita, once in a month we should have a meeting which is like casual, will we take the inputs from them and take it further.
Yeah,
okay, so all of you have a happy day left, and good evening, good night to all of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, please fill the feedback form. We will be looking for your response. Any other query, any other clarification, you can. And yes, students and PhD scholars can also join. There is some question. They are our futures. They know these pedagogies right from the beginning. My God, हम तो 25 साल लगा के यहाँ पहुँचे हैं. So why not immediately if they know that.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, Yogita. Yeah, hi.
जी, मैम केमिस्ट्री का आप रिफ्रेशर कब कराएंगी?
बस इसके बाद फिर केमिस्ट्री करते हैं, टीचर सीगेट का करने के बाद, बट मे बी आफ्टर अक्टूबर, नवंबर समवेयर, नवंबर दिसंबर. Why don't you all join hands and help me chemistry में? Okay. Some of you from the team. I think Sarita, you please take the lead and we'll be right. Okay. Bye bye everyone. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Yeah, do fill the feedback form. Those who are looking for certification, both feedback form and registration form. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. It was an excellent session, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.